Hello guys, welcome to Maths with Educarte, and today we'll start with our new chapter which is polynomials. So this is a very important chapter for class 10th, and in this video I'm going to explain you all the things about this chapter, and it is a one shot, okay? For example, in this video we'll do these things, okay? With examples and questions, the main questions, which type of questions will come, okay, in this chapter. And we'll do the introduction first of all, then we'll do the graphical representation, and then we will do the quadratic polynomial, and at last, as usual, the questions. So let's start. Coming to this, which is the introduction. Now here I will tell you all the things about polynomial. So firstly, how was this polynomial word derived? In this, poly means many and nomial means terms. So polynomials will mean many terms. Now, what are the types of polynomials? So firstly, we will have to understand degree. Degree is the highest power of any polynomial. So, according to degree, there are four types of polynomials. But here, three have been written because only these three are important. Fourth one is not important. So, the the polynomial which has degree 1, degree means highest power, will be known as linear polynomial. Degree 2 means quadratic polynomial. Degree 3 means cubic polynomial, and degree 4 will mean biquadratic polynomial. So firstly, how do you find degree? Example, x square plus 5x cube. Now over here, if you see the highest power, here 2 is the power and here 3 is the power. So degree will be highest power, which is 3. Now one more question. X cube plus yx cube. Now here square. Now if you see what is the degree here, you will say 3 because 3 is here, 2 is here and 3 is here. But if any two variable terms are getting multiplied with each other, so the power will be added. So here is the power 2 and here power is 3. So 2 plus 3 will be 5. And here it is 3. So 5 greater than 3. So the degree of this polynomial will be 5. I hope you understand. Now, quadratic polynomial. This chapter is totally based on quadratic polynomial. Now, quadratic polynomial. The standard form of quadratic polynomial is this: a into x square plus b into x plus c. Now, c is the constant term and b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. Now, to understand these things, you will have to understand this. Now, what are values 0 and roots? So, numbers which when put in the place of x give the term 0 are known as zeros or values or roots. Okay? Example. See, there is an example x square minus 1. Now we have to find a value of x, which I put here will give the total answer as 0. So there is a technique there is a method which is known as middle term splitting. We will understand this, but in the next chapter, next to next chapter, I hope, which is quadratic equations. There you will understand many ways how do you find zeros. Okay, so here the zeros. How do you find zeros? So there is a relationship between these zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. So b, a and c we have learnt over here. This is a, this is b and this is c. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant term. So a plus b means sum of the zeros is represented by minus b by, means negative of the coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, and the product of zeros can be found by the formula which is c by a, means the constant term divided by the coefficient of x square. Okay, so where are these used then? See, for example, in a question it has been given to you that you have to find out the polynomial and then the zeros. But what have been given to you? It has been given to you the sum and the product. Then how will you find the quadratic polynomial with the sum and the product of zeros? And then what you will do? Then you will have to find out the zeros also. There is a formula which is called k multiplied by this. So this is a very important formula. So what is there? K into x square, k into bracket x square plus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Example, alpha plus beta equals to 5 and alpha beta equals to 10. Okay, so now what you will do, we will put value over here, and then for example it is the value which is 3, 5 upon 3. Now your polynomial is k into x square plus 5x minus 10 upon 3. For example, this is not related to this, but for example it has been given. So now what is the value of k over here? K is a number whose value we have to let by our own to make the polynomial perfect. For example, over here the value of k we will have to put so that this 3 is removed from the denominator. Means there should be no number in the denominator, or you can say only 1. So what we will do? We will put the value of k as 3. Let k equals to 3. Now if you put k equals to 3, so it would be multiplied by this and this, which will be 3x square plus 15x minus 10 upon 3 into 3. So 3 will be cancelled and it would remain 10. So I hope this is clear to you. This is done. Now you will have to remember this formula, k into x square plus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Now there is one more thing. If it has been said to you that you have to find alpha square plus beta square, so there are many formulas like this. If you have to find alpha minus beta and many more. So to find alpha square plus beta square, you know alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. How is this? See, we know the formula which is a plus b whole square, which is a square plus b square plus 2ab. And when you solve this, it is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 into alpha beta. And here is minus 2 into alpha beta. So 2 alpha beta will get cancelled and there will be only one thing remaining, which is alpha square plus beta square, which we had to find out. And why have I put this, not this? Because there will be only these value given, alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So basically here we have to find out these values using alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So then how will you do this? You will do under root alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. How? See, alpha plus beta whole square is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta and minus 4 alpha beta. So 4 minus 2 will be minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. So it would be alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. which is the identity of alpha minus, which is the identity of a minus b whole square. So it would be alpha minus beta whole square, and square and root will get cancelled. So it would be only remaining alpha minus beta. I hope you understood. Now I will tell you how do you represent these type of polynomials on graph. Now coming to the graphical representation. See, there are four type of polynomials I have told you. Linear, quadratic, cubic and biquadratic. Okay, so for linear ones, there can be anything, but for example, there is this. Now, here is only one point which is in the context of the x or y axis, which is like intersecting x axis or y axis. So, the polynomial will be linear. For example, if there is a polynomial this, so it has been intersected at 2 points. The x axis has been intersected at 2 points. So, it would be quadratic. This is 1, this is 2. For example, by chance, there it has been intersected at 3 points. So it would be cubic. And now for biquadratic, for example, if there is 1, 2, 3 and 4 and this. What is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But still it is biquadratic. Why? Because the points will be counted on one axis only. For example, there is this going on, and it has been said you that px polynomial in x equals to this, and we have to find out the value of px. So we have to find out it on x axis only. Now if there is a graph like this and this is there, so it has 2 points on the y axis, but on x axis it does not have any point. So if it has been told you that you have to find out the value of px, then it would be 0, means it is not a polynomial, it is a constant term. But if it is like, if it has been said you that you have to find the value of py, so you will see this one, means 2 points. Now over here, this. So what is the value of px? It is 1, 2 and 3. So it is a cubic polynomial. But according to py, it is only one dot intersecting. Means this is a linear polynomial according to y-axis. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. And one more thing. There is a graph. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Now, there is something. For example, this. So it has 2 zeros, means first one is 1, means the points of intersection, and there what number is given? It would be the 0. So over here it is intersecting at 1, so the 1 will be 0, and over here it is intersecting at 4. So 4 is also a 0 of this quadratic polynomial. I hope this is clear to you, and hence we have done the graphical representation. Now we will come to our topic of quadratic equation. Now we have done the quadratic polynomial already, but to understand it in a better way, now we will do some questions related to it. These are not the part of questions which we have to do, but these are the introductory questions just to understand this thing, quadratic polynomial. So, in this quadratic polynomial, there is a method known as middle term splitting. Using that method, we will have to find out the zeros of this polynomial. 2x square plus 3 root 3x plus 3. Now see, How do we middle term split? So firstly multiply these. 2 into 3, which is 6, and 3 root 3. Now we have to find out, we have to split this term in such a way that if we multiply the factors, for example, if I split it as 2 root 3 and root 3, so if we add them, so it would be 3 root 3. But if we multiply them, so it would be 6. So this thing has been satisfied. When we add them, this is coming. But if we multiply them, then this is coming. Okay. So now what we do? 2x square plus 2 root 3x plus root 3x plus 3. Now from here, we can take 2 common, 2x common. So it would be x plus root 3. And now over here, we can take root 3 common. So it would be x plus. Now see, 3 can be written as root 3 plus root 3. But one root 3 is taken. So another root 3 will be left. Now if we take this bracket common out of these. So x plus root 3, which will be taken common, and in the bracket will be left this plus this, means 2x plus root 3. 2x plus root 3. Now we equate this with 0 to find out the zeros. Now in first case and second case. In first case, we take x plus root 3 equal to 0. So x equals to minus root 3. And in the second case, x equal to minus root 3, so it would be alpha. Now, second case is 2x plus root 3 equal to 0. So 2x equals to minus root 3. X equals to minus root 3 by 2. Now see, this is beta. Now, if we add these, so it would be alpha plus beta minus b by a. So, let's add this. Minus root 3. Wait, let me erase this. Alpha plus beta, which is minus root 3 plus minus root 3 by 2. Minus root 3 by 2. So when we add this, it would be minus 2 root 3 minus root 3 upon 2, which is minus 3 root 3 upon 2. Now, if you do minus b upon a, so minus b will be minus 3 root 3 minus b upon a equals to minus 3 root 3 upon a is 2. So yes, these both are equal. So alpha plus beta equals to minus 3 root 3 upon 2 and minus b by equals to minus 3 root 3 upon 2. So equals which are equal to another thing are equals to one another. So for example, we have done this in Euclid also. Euclid's axiom a equals to b, c equals to b. So a equals to c. A equal to b, c equal to b. So things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Okay. So if this is equal to this is also equal to this. So these both are equal, means alpha plus beta equals to minus b upon a. And similarly, you can prove alpha beta equals to c upon a also, means this was the proof, but our question was over till here only. And at last you will have to write this also. Answer alpha equals to and beta equals to minus root 3 upon 2 and minus root 3. This is the presentation mark. Okay. Now we will do one more question related to now this. Over here we have to tell the polynomial the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros have been given to us. So what was the formula? The formula was k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Okay. Now k bracket x square minus alpha plus beta is minus 3 by 2, so it would be 3 upon 2 into x, because minus and minus will become plus, and plus alpha beta, which is 7. Now some students will want to remove this 2 from the denominator because it looks like weird. So what we do, let k equals to 2, so it would be 2x square plus 3 by 2 into 2x plus 7 into 2. Okay, so it will be 2x square plus 2 to cancel means 3x plus 14. This is the final polynomial. So you will write px equals to this. I hope this is clear. This was one marked question. Now we will do the main questions which has to come in exam. Coming to this question, here we have to find out the value of p. What has been given to us? The polynomial is given and the one of the zeros, or you can say one of the roots, is given to us. Now we have to find the value of p. So what we do? 1 zeros is 2. So if we put 2 instead of x, so the answer will be 0, obviously. So px equals to x square plus 3x minus p. Now what we do? P in place of x we put 2. It would be x square plus 3x minus p. Here will be 2. And here in place of x again there will be 2, which will be equal to 0, as I have told you right now. Which is 2 square means 4 plus 3 square means 6. 3 into 2 means 6 minus p equal to 0. So 4 plus 6 equals to 10 minus p equal to 0. So minus p equal to, we send this side, so minus 10. Minus minus cancel, it would be p equal to 10. So the value of p has come. Now let's continue with the next question. Now this is a polynomial which has been given to us. In this polynomial, from this polynomial we have to find out the value of alpha upon beta plus beta upon alpha. So if you solve this, alpha upon beta plus beta upon alpha. So if you take LCM, it would be alpha into alpha means alpha square plus beta into beta means beta square upon alpha into beta. So alpha square plus beta square, we already know it is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta divided by alpha beta. Now what we will do, we will just put the values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Now we know that alpha plus beta equals to minus b upon a, and minus b, over here b is 3, so minus 3 upon a is 4, so minus 3 by 4, and alpha beta is c upon a, means 7 by 4. Now minus 3 upon 4 and 7 by 4, we will put the values over here. Minus 3 by 4 square minus 2 into 7 by 4 divided by 7 upon 4. Now 2 get cancelled, 4 get cancelled by 2 times. So it would be further like minus will get removed because there is a square. So 9 upon 16 minus 7 upon 2 whole divided by 7 upon 4. So this gets removed and wait, let it be here only. So now what we'll do? We will like what this 4 gets removed from here, it would be into 4. So if we into 4, so it would be like it would be multiplied with this also and this also. So 9 upon 4 minus 7 and 2 to the 4. So 7 into 2 which is 14 again divided by 7. Okay. Now it would be 14 for the 56. 56. So 9 minus 56. 9 minus 56. So it is minus 47 upon 4 again divided by 7. So this will go here and it will become minus 47 upon 7 for the 28. This will be our final answer. I hope this is clear to you. And in the NCERT, the new one, there are like only a similar kind of questions. So I don't think that any question from NCERT will come in the boards. Okay. So now this is clear. And there our one short video is over. Now we will continue with the exercises from the next video. Till then, bye bye.